Hey guys, what's going on? Been a while. Figured I'd jump on here and give you an update because obviously lately the price has been kind of crazy, right? Um, I'll start here on the Bitcoin chart. This is from the CME futures. The first thing I want to point out is this big gap ranging from about 81,000 all the way down to 77.7 thousand. Not all the time. There's no set rule that says these gaps need to be filled, but a lot of the time when there is a gap, the price will eventually come back and fill it. Now we came within the gap right here all the way down to about 78,007. And I thought that that was going to be it. We had this impulsive move right here, long wick, and then we got some bullish momentum the following week. But here we are again, falling back into this gap range, right? So while there is no rule that says it has to be filled completely, and this would count in a lot of instances, it does look like we're heading back down. Now, are we going to come all the way back down to this 77.6 or 77.7 area and fill it completely? Not too sure, but if we head over here, you'll see that the price is currently dumping. So there's a bit of a discrepancy in the price between the CME and the Binance chart. So this is showing 79,444. So right here, when I do a Fibonacci pull from this swing low all the way up to the top, and this is not on log scale, you'll see that we are currently at the 50% retracement level, and that is around 79,000, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if we can hold this here or if we're going to come back down to the next fib support at the 618 that lines up pretty much perfectly with the tops of all these candles here, right? And that's going to be around 72.2. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go there. Hopefully this holds, because if I switch the chart back over here, we would have some confluences. You see we have this upsloping level of support, 1, 2, and right here we have the third touch on it, right? So this is a potential reversal level, gap close enough to being full, right down to the upsloping level of support dating back from August of 2024. And if I change the time frame here, let's put it to the 4 hour. With this being the CME, you'll see that we have another gap that is formed right here from the 84,140 all the way up to the 85,875 range. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can bounce off this lower trend line and head back up and fill this gap right here. So personally, I am in a small long position. And I forget where I have my take profit set, but I'm pretty sure it's around like the high 84 range, like basically the low of this wick right here, right in the middle of the gap. So I'm being pretty conservative with that. All right, so what if this doesn't hold? Let's zoom out. And when you look at the big picture here, you'll notice that the trend's still intact. Very, very bearish sentiment in the market. If you look up Bitcoin on YouTube right now, you're going to see just all sorts of the crypto YouTubers freaking out, posting those thumbnails with the open mouth and like the crazy faces, basically clickbait, right? A good rule to follow is that when 70 to 80% of those crypto YouTubers are panicking, good time to buy. And then when they're all bullish, telling you the price is going to go to the moon or go to 200K, maybe it's time to start de-risking and taking some of your profits out, right? They're good to counter trade. All right, so getting back to my points, trend is still intact. We're putting in higher highs, higher lows. Obviously, right here, we had a bearish divergence. So you see on this oscillator right here, we had a high, then a lower high, and that kind of conflicted with the price where we had a high, then a higher high. So bearish divergence, but I mean, the crash off of that may have already played out, right? So where could we potentially come to if we end up falling through this gap and breaking through this upsloping level of support? Well, I showed you over here that when I pull a Fibonacci, we have the 618 at around 72.2. And if I pull a fib here on log scale with the fib setting set to log scale, from this wick all the way up to the high here, you'll see that we're currently breaking through the 382, although this candle has not closed yet, right? We don't have confirmation of the break. And the next level down will be the 50% here, once again on a log, and that basically lines up with the top of this wick right here. So that's going to be around 73,735. However, if we do break through this, I don't think this is where we're stopping. I would imagine that we do get the price to fall into this strong support zone right here between about 71,610 down to 69,955, right? So right in this zone is that, and that is based on the top of these candle bodies right here and the top of these lower candle bodies right here, right? So just a lot of confluence in this particular region. So if we do get a breakdown, I would personally be looking to take longs right here. I'm very confident in this particular area getting a bounce. And I would even watch for the candle body to close back up above this 50% retracement level. So maybe a wick down into the zone, a lot of buying pressure comes in, and then the bulls defend this 50% fib. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Overall, I mean, it's a very frustrating market. It feels very bearish. So what's happening is even if we're getting very positive news, the price is pumping and then it's immediately slammed down, right? And then if I change the time frame here, and let's just take a look at the 15-minute. Actually, let's go to the, I'm going to go to the Binance chart here. Sorry, let's use Bitstamp. This is quite cluttered, but every time we're pushing up, we're just getting smashed down. Like every little bit of momentum, people think, oh, here it's going to turn around, smash down. I was watching this all day today when I was at the sauna and just out and about. Took pretty much the entire day to get up here, and then just a couple candles within 1 hour, it gets smashed all the way down when the market's open, right? And I think today there's a lot of the stocks are getting absolutely hammered today as well. So it's not just crypto. Amazon's down a lot. Tesla's gotten completely annihilated, right? So just all across the board, the markets are having a rough time, and most traders would probably attribute that to the uncertainty linked to the trade wars and the tariffs and stuff, right? All right, so something else I want to show you. Let's just look at the big picture here. Let's look at the total. So this is Bitcoin and all the altcoins, just the entire crypto market. Let's look at this. So I posted this chart on my Twitter. So if you're not following me and you want to get quicker updates, head on over to Revolt Finance. Follow me there. And to be honest, a lot of the time I don't feel like making a video. It's kind of time consuming to make the thumbnail or whatnot. So if you just want quick updates from me, again, follow me on Revolt Finance. So I'll put a link to that in the description. Okay, so let's look at the monthly time frame here. Now, if you look at this on the monthly, pretty bullish, right? So we had, this looks to me like a cup, a handle, we broke out, and now we're pulling back to retest this broken level of resistance. Now, this is the monthly chart, and each one of these candles represents 1 month of trading action. But this latest candle aside, because this is irrelevant right now, it hasn't closed. You see this previous month, we did trade below this yellow line. We traded below the level of support, but it didn't matter. It matters where the candle body closes, right? So actually, I'm going to get rid of that fib right there. So yeah, we're trading through it a little bit right now, but I'm not overly concerned. Again, this is a cup, handle, breakout, retest, right? So last month, the day before this monthly candle was going to close, I think the price was down here. I just pointed out that what we're looking for is a bullish close to defend the level here. Candle body closed above, and that's what we got. So I anticipate that's what's going to happen again right here. But again, we have about 20 more days before this candle closes. But just keep an eye on this total market cap. This is a very, very bullish structure. We've broken it. We're retesting it. It seems like this cycle, well, to put it simply, this cycle is either going to be, it's shorter than usual, shorter than everybody's expecting if it ends right now. And I don't think that's the case. Our traditional ways to measure the top of Bitcoin, I'd say like 8 to 9 out of 10 of them have not signaled the top, big one being the pi cycle indicator. So I personally don't think the top is in. If anything, it seems like this cycle is going to be a little bit longer and things seem delayed, right? So if you think about it, it's not going to be that easy to get rich with crypto, right? So they know that everybody was expecting an alt season. I was expecting it to really kick off in February, because February post-halving year in 2021 and again in 2017, that's when the alts really started to start pumping. So I figure the market makers are not going to give it to you that easy. They're delaying it, and now because alt season is delayed, people are absolutely freaking out, exiting their positions. And I think it's a brilliant play by them. But if you just look at the big picture here on the monthly, the total market cap, it's not looking too bad, right? It's not looking too bad. Okay, so I'm going to say it's likely just a prolonged cycle and a delayed alt season. That's what I'm betting on. Alternatively, I can panic like everybody else, sell now. But if the market cycle is extended, not even extended, even if we just top in, say, October, November, which would be the equivalent to the previous cycles, and I got shaken out here in March, I would feel incredibly stupid if I missed out on the alt season when all I had to do was just follow the previous cycles, right? So if I'm wrong and I'm holding my spot position right now and it goes down, I can live with the decision I made, because I made the decision based on the data that I have from the previous cycles. Okay, so I can live with that, and I would just say, okay, it's a failed cycle. It's not what anybody expected. We didn't have an alt season at all. Bitcoin didn't even double the previous high. and a lot of the Bitcoin top indicators didn't flash. So you know what? If it crashed from here, I can't really fault my decision to just hold my spot, right? And I would feel a lot dumber if I sold here and then the cycle just played out and then I missed out on a potential 20x on some of these altcoins, right? And then in the meantime, I'm just taking shorter leverage trades, right? So yeah, that's how I'm playing it. Again, total market cap here, cup and handle breakout retest. Pay attention to how this monthly candle closes. And then guys, if we do start dumping further, the levels I would personally watch would be down here. Okay, first one, a lot of people are saying 74,000, and the way they're getting that is because that's the top of these candle bodies right here, 74K. So if you want to mark that on your chart, you can. But below that, this range right here, where you have all this previous level of resistance, obviously that's going to be a pretty strong support if we do come down to it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I already gave you that range, right? So kind of range between 71.6 down to 69.9, so basically 70. All right, so hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe if you want to get notified when I make these videos. To be honest, I got kind of bored with the market and didn't feel like making videos, but if things start getting more interesting, then I'll be more consistent with it, all right? So if you want to get notified when and if I drop videos in the future, hit subscribe. And yeah, if you're looking for a place to trade and you don't want to have to do KYC, check out the link in the pinned comment and description to the exchanges down there. And by using those links, you'll get a sign-up bonus. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye.